My small organic gardening channel is almost 2 years old. I've been monetized for about 4 months now. So the question is, has it been worth it? What's the future of my channel? How much time does it take to upload about one video per week? I'm semi-retired. Should it be taking up this much time?
All I have needs I have not provided.
When I first started my YouTube channel, I really wanted it to replace my part-time job. I only work about 15 hours a week, so that seemed to be a reasonable thing to expect a YouTube channel to do. I uploaded over 100 videos before I finally got one that put me over the edge into monetization. I'm very thankful for the money that I've made from Google AdSense, and that's how you make money directly from YouTube. Are you curious about how did I get monetized? How much time did it take? Well, it took about 15 or 16 months. And then I had a video that took off. It's now at over 700,000 views. If it had not been for that one video, I still would not be monetized. You see, I had the subscribers, but I didn't have the viewing hours. And even today, if it wasn't for that one good video, I probably wouldn't even qualify to get a paycheck every month. Now, I've spent a lot of time looking around at other YouTubers and their channels, and I've done a lot of digging. And the one thing I find very frequently is that same thing happens to other people who finally got monetized. You get one video that does really, really well, and then it puts you over the top, and it kind of puts you out there more often. As the months have gone by, I do notice that YouTube is still not really suggesting my videos to viewers. If you've subscribed, thank you so much. I do get a lot of return viewers, and I hope that my videos have been helpful for you. I got a piece of advice very early on in my YouTube adventure from Ariel from Fineness, and I do watch every single video she puts out. I find her videos very informative and also interesting. She suggested to me that if I'm going to have a YouTube channel, it needs to be something that you love doing. And now that almost 2 years have gone by, I see the value of that advice. If I didn't love gardening and I didn't love sharing what I know with you, I would have given up. You see, there's a lot of work that goes into it. For every video that's on my YouTube channel, which is somewhere around 120 or 25, there's at least 10 hours of work that goes into it. So I'm dedicating a day and a half to filming and editing my videos. That's taking up quite a bit of my time, honestly. So if it wasn't something I was already doing, or something that I really love doing, or a passion of mine, and that is to share with you how to grow your own food organically, I probably would have folded up this channel a long time ago. So I want to be really, really honest with you about some thoughts that I have about if you're going to start a YouTube channel, or if you already have one and maybe you're just comparing, or maybe you're discouraged. That's the best piece of advice I can give you. If you want to know how much money I've made, I don't mind sharing that with you. So over the course of 4 months, I've made about $2,100. I am very thankful for that, but it does not replace my part-time job, and it's not consistent. In fact, as the months go by, I make less and less money. You know, when I first got that great big boost, I started really hounding myself. How do I keep up that pace? How do I keep the momentum going? And I did have a couple other videos that did quite well. I have one that's around 73,000 and another one that's about 38,000 views. And then the rest, they may be at best a couple of thousand. Most of them don't even make 1,000 views. I think I'm doing a good job. I always want to improve, but I think it's the subject matter, and for me at this stage in the game, it's really hard for me to do research and come up with the subject matter that's really hot that day, right at that moment, because I'm doing this seasonally. I'm doing videos as I garden, and I live in subtropical Florida, so apparently some of the things that I'm doing right now, they don't have any relevance for you if you're closing up your garden for the winter. So I try to just do my best, appeal to my audience, and thank you for being my audience if you've subscribed. The analytics show me that most of you are 50 years old and older, and I don't know if you can see my gray hair. But I am a senior citizen, and yes, I am still gardening, and I love it. I think there's a lot of benefit to growing your own food and having that daily exercise and going outside in the sunshine every day. But the thing about YouTube is I will probably be backing off to about one video every other week, at least for now. You see, there's other things that I really want to do. I'm semi-retired. This time of my life, I need to start doing some of those things that I really enjoy doing besides organic gardening, and that is at the top of my list. I've picked up crocheting again. So these little squares are eventually going to be a sweater. And I have a grandbaby on the way, and I want to make a blanket for her and some booties, and it's been requested for a little headband. I might put a bow or a flower on it. And I've rediscovered reading. I read a lot, and I've discovered some new authors that I really want to read more of their work. So I want to talk a few minutes about my own thoughts if you are considering investing into your YouTube channel. By investing, I mean putting more money in than you're making. I think the best way to share how I feel about investing into your YouTube channel is my own experience when I had a website, and even further back than that, my own experience of working with direct sales. You see, the websites that make it and the people in direct sales that really make the money are few and far between. I'm just being honest. I don't want to kill your dream. If you know that this is what you're to do, keep going. Just make sure that you've got a really good balance in your life. That's coming from a 68-year-old woman who's put a lot of effort into some things that really, I shouldn't have put that much effort into it. So what if you do want to invest into your YouTube channel? I cringe. I just cringe when I listen to someone who's going to tell me how to improve my YouTube channel, and if I don't, then I'm making a mistake and all that. And then when you finally get to the end of their video, well, they're really wanting to sell you a course. And I'm telling you, that makes me angry. You see, I took courses when I had my website. I did everything. It didn't help. It is that one article or that one video that just finally shoots you over the top. Do your own research. Start looking at everyone else's videos. So what I did is I'll see someone's video that looks like it got a lot of views, and I look at those numbers, and I'll go to their channel and I'll start scrolling through all their videos. And sure enough, most of their videos aren't getting that many views, and there'll be a few. And sometimes they just seem to be random. They took off. Maybe 2 million views, maybe 1 million, maybe 500,000. But that seems to be what's keeping them going. With my website, I never did figure that out. I finally decided that I was spending too much money a month for no return. And I had been building it for about 3 years, and nothing had come of it. And I spent a lot of money on courses, learning Pinterest, learning how to build a website, how to make sure you had your keywords right. I mean, the list just went on and on and on. So you're going to see the same thing with the YouTube gurus that are telling you, you got to do this, you got to do that. And if you listen to them long enough, by about the 4th month, they're saying the opposite. So, I think about them and their courses about the same way that I do now in retrospect about the courses that I took for my website. So where does direct sales come into this? Well, it's basically the same thing. You can take courses that teach you how to do better. I would go to conventions, and there went some of my profit. I would invest in the courses that were offered there. There went more of my profit. I mean, it just like, if you're going to make $100 that night, which this is 20 years ago, so $100 that night would have, at your show would have been good. Well, by the time it's all said and done, you've reinvested 50% back into your team, your products, your conventions, your courses. And it really wasn't that good of money. And the sales pitch back then was, you just work one night and you've made your $100. Well, that's not true. You have to then start collecting names that will have a show for you. This was back then. I honestly don't know. Are there still home parties out there? And then you had to start calling those people. And then you had to put them on a rotation basis where you're spending one night a week calling people and setting up shows or sending out emails to your email group. I mean, it's not all what it's cracked up to be. So what I'm trying to say is, if you're looking for YouTube advice, take the free advice that Ariel gave me, and now I'm giving you. Make sure that it's something that you love doing. And yes, you can improve over the years. You can make your thumbnails better. You can make your opening lines better. You can edit better. All that just comes with doing it. It's not all going to come in a course. I don't want to discourage you. If you want to have a YouTube channel, do it. I don't want to discourage you more if you're in one of those times that you're discouraged with your YouTube channel. Here's the reason why I keep on keeping on with my YouTube channel, even though I'm probably not going to publish as often. 30 years ago, we went to a church that most of us had a vegetable garden. I was the only one that grew them organically, but that was okay. All of us canned vegetables. We all had a simple life. Most of us were stay-at-home moms. That is my lifestyle, and I love that lifestyle. I love being a wife. I love being a homemaker. I loved raising my children and homeschooling them. I loved it. Sadly, that church fell apart for various reasons, and we all went our separate ways. And with that went all my friendships of like-minded people. We eventually landed in a church where we stayed for nearly 30 years. And none of them grew their own food. None of them canned their food. They admired me that I did, But I lost that sense of comradeship. I lost that sense of I belong here and I can share what I'm doing and we compare notes and all of that. That was gone all those years. So when I started a YouTube channel, here you are. All these years of having a garden, and I've learned so much, and I just want to share what I've learned. And you now are my community. You now are the younger people. If you're watching and you're younger than me, I'm 68. I want to share with you what I've been doing, especially if you have your own family, especially if you're homeschooling. I just want you to know that it's a good life to have. If you're new to gardening and that's not your lifestyle, I want to include you too. Growing your food has so many rewards, not just for your health, but for your sense of well-being. So I hope I've left you with an encouraging note. Do your research. One of the aha moments that I had was one fella that I watch his stuff every now and then. He had one video that took off and it put him on the map. Later on, he admitted that he had no intention of that becoming his focus on YouTube. But that's what was making him money. So that's what he's doing. And that's okay. I would do the same if it was something I felt strongly about. But as a result, what he's done is started another YouTube channel with the stuff that he really wanted to do YouTube for in the first place. Who knows? Maybe that will happen to me. But in the meantime, thank you for stopping by my organic garden, and I'll see you in the future videos.